Early in the morning, later in the afternoon, and at night has always been the best time to see wildlife here in the Everglades. And if you folks would like to make reservations here at the Everglades Hilton, I can set you up. If you spend the night out here, our resident black bear might come by and say hello. He might try to bring dinner though. We do have a Florida black bear out here. He's a pretty good sized fella. He's our resident black bear. He likes to wander through the area and things like that. But this area here, folks, is how our Native Americans, the Seminole Indians, lived in the Everglades. These structures that they lived in are called chickee, which is the Seminole Indian word for home. They are made from natural products, native to the area, and sustainable as well. Cypress strand or a cypress forest. The cypress trees are tall, straight, with lacy-like leaf resembling a pine or a cedar tree. These trees are what the Seminole Indians utilized for all their big wooden projects. They were harvested for commercial purposes until the mid-1950s. Now they are protected trees. Cypress are resistant. Be quiet. Do not make any sudden movements, and be quiet or they will run away. We got to sneak up on them. In the tree. So we have to sneak up on them. There are 3 black bears living on the property. Let's get over here so we can get these guys. There's 2 here. This one is maybe 1 year. 1 year. Less than 1 year. 1 year in the spring. We saw no Bambi yesterday. Nothing. Nobody saw nothing yesterday. 30 in the afternoon. All the wildlife believe they live in Spain and they need to lay down and have a siesta. It's too hot for them to be running around in a fur coat. A lot lot of the first white settlers to move into the Everglades were actually deserters from the Union and Confederate armies during and after our Civil War. They moved down here into the Everglades to hide out, and they would steal the cattle and livestock from the northern part of the state and get rid of them down south through the islands. When they weren't doing that, they were really busy hunting and trapping wildlife for luxury items. Anything luxury items could be created out of, they would hunt. Birds for feathers, for women's hats and clothing, any of the animals for their furs, alligators, crocodiles for leather goods and accessories. See that? Black bear.
Oh, like it.
But this is kind of how a lot of those criminals lived out here in the Everglades, folks. Just little shacks and shanties and little buildings and things like that.
Little building.
Give me whiskey, please.
The what? Mosquitoes? That's why you always have a fire, for the mosquitoes. Smoke will keep away the mosquitoes. To make $1 off of, they'd hunt. So birds for feathers, for women's hats and clothing, any of the, and about 3 more females. This is our honeymoon suite. Hides are not processed. If Miss Georgia consumes about 15 kilos of meat per week, she gets chicken, beef liver, and pork. Everything. We're in our little zoo area, hatch them out and raise them so we can have our own alligators to play with and you guys can look at them. And she eats about every 3 days, guys. Alligators have a very slow metabolism. Appreciate it. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day here.